I'm dead before I said let's fight!
No! That's impossible!
By the way.
BT Dubs is BTW. I'm gonna bust you up! Nope, I'm not coming down. Where am I? Help! Milk! Chance got $5.
The champ got 5 on it.
Back where we came from.
Go back where he came.
Ah, here we go. Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
Oh, I tried to go in jump low. Don't alter me!
Wow. One live, you coward. Oh, no. I shouldn't have done that.
Boom, and there we have it. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the First to 50 podcast, episode 28. How's it feel to be 28, Meshi?
Whoa, my knees work again.
Huzzah! This is a podcast where me and this fella across the table from me that's totally real. We
Totally.
talk about what we do every week. We play a lot of video games, we watch movies, anime, and general nerd pop culture stuff, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, but that's mostly you. But
Mostly me.
yeah. I
Well,
know pop culture. I know
I
soda
did.
pop.
Well, I mean, I am the one who participated and went to go see Lord of the Rings in theaters for the first
You-
time in like 25 years. But supposedly, I'm not the Lord of the Rings guy here. That's crazy.
Look, only you need to go because I have them memorized.
I have the popcorn bucket. Do you? I don't think so.
No, but when I find out where you live,
It's gotta come up missing for some reason.
you have to go to work sometime.
Just imagine peering to my window. There it is.
The sacred bucket.
My precious.
It shall be mine.
Okay, well, I'll start with my week. Because that's normally how things go if you're new here.
$50? Fuck. You could sell that popcorn bucket for $50.
Meshi,
Yeah.
I don't have the popcorn bucket.
Yeah, I know you were lying.
So the first part of my week started out with I played some Fatal Fury. We talked about it in previous weeks. I've picked the game back up again. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I think this is a great game. It's super fun, and I'm playing Mr. Big. I like him even more than I did initially. My game plan's finally coming together. I have a general kind of setup, I go for, and he's just super fun. So he's who I'm gonna play till Blue Mary comes out, and who knows? This might be my forever main. Me and Mr. Big, all the way. He's just a fun character.
Did you find out if that counter works on anti-air?
It has 3 frames of startup, so I have to do it early, so I
Nice.
can't like react. So yeah. So if it's anything's meaty on top of it, like you get hit in the face and counter hit, which kind of sucks. So you have to know something's coming and put it out early to catch something. Though I have used it in those situations for anti-airs where I think DP will miss, and it has helped. So thank you, Meshi. You actually gave me an idea.
You're welcome.
And with that tech that I learned from Meshi and all the work that I put in, we went from the beginning of rank system, and now we're up to Silver 1. My ranked experience with this game has been This probably has the worst rollback netcode of all of the current like rollback netcode games out. Up the
Oof.
like the bigger games. It's kind of rough here and there. You saw some matches. The internet saw some matches. I streamed them. Some of them aren't great. But also some people it says, oh, this person from South America. Little rough. You know, little
It's
yeah.
quite the distance.
It's quite the distance. I will say this though. I think I talked like 2 weeks ago when I went back to Strive and I got to Diamond 3. The amount of rage quits was just blowing my mind, and it was making my progress like half of what it should have been. No one rage quits in this game, which thank God, but they will get their ass beat and immediately leave. I'm especially in the lower ranks where I'm kind of working through. There's a lot of that. If they tell they can't win, they immediately leave. They're just like, nope, not even gonna try to figure this game out, which kind of
Got
stinks.
kicked me in the shins.
um, so it's kind of one of those things where like you need to pay your taxes. You need to just like you're going through the toll booth. You flick a few quarters out and you try to learn something, and then you move on, right? And um. But anyways, we stayed up really late one night, and I got to Silver 1. The cool thing is, well, I guess it's cool. I've been playing against like Gold 5 players, and like Diamond 1 players, even though like I was in Copper and Silver. But what's cool about that is if you're a lower rank and you queue up, you will only lose 1 point if you don't win the match. But you'll get like 20 something if you do win. So it's kind of incentivizes you as a lower ranked player to stick around and try fighting that person above you for the incentive of even if you only get a game, you're still at a net plus of amounts. And I think the person from the higher rank, I don't think they lose that much. I don't think they just like plummet. Though I will say this this one guy, he was Gold 5 on his promotion match to Diamond 1, and he came up against a Copper 2 Wolf scum on Mr. Big for his promotion match. I denied him, and he got so... he was so tight.
He was like, he was stretches like, perfect. Easy rank up.
Yeah, it's like, oh, my rank up match is against this guy, Copper 2, his name's Scum. And meanwhile, me on the other side of the internet. Oh, and I put the work to my late pipe. Yeah, so it's been really enjoyable. I've only played like maybe 2 or 3 ranked sessions. But yeah, it feels good. It feels good to have this game back. I just hate the marketing department. The fact that AI stuff just overrid all the cool stuff, like 4 characters coming out across 4 months of like, the beginning of 2026, like in a row, and like all that cool stuff going on. It's just kind of like no one cares because they had AI in the trailer. Because some asshole in that department was like, this is a good idea.
Make Dr. House be Terry.
Can you imagine? Terry with a cane and a painkiller addiction, being snarky to everybody. But that's all to do with City of the Wolves.
City
Enjoying the
of
game.
the Wolves.
We're gonna keep after it, and I probably will play Geese when he comes out, just to see what he's like in this game. But Mr. Big, I've never like felt like so like meshed with the character. Does that make sense? Like it just felt right. The shoes just felt nice.
Yeah, it's everything that you want in a character.
Besides a reliable anti-air that doesn't move him out of the corner when you try to anti-air and you get if he gets Mr. Big's a turtle. If he gets put on his back, he's helpless. Like if he's in the corner, his anti-air options move him out of the corner and people can okay. I completely forgot about this. So Mr. Big, he loses neutral and he gets put back in the corner, right?
Okay.
Knocked down. Someone jumps at you in the corner. If you're standing there, they can't take the corner from you. Okay? You go to reversal super, like, oh, I'm going to use my one invincible thing that I have, which is spending a bar of meter on my super. He lunges forward past the person, and they land behind you safe and get a full punish.
Oof. Okay.
His universal anti-air, which is a mechanic which is down pressing heavy punch and the rev button. It's kind of like it has upper body invul, and you're supposed to use it for that. It moves him forward, so the same thing happens.
Oh.
So the matches with him are very snowbally. Either Mr. Big wins neutral and I knock you into the air and then do my cool dive and put you into the corner and run my mix up, and I pretty much just smother you and I win, or I get put on my back in the corner like a turtle and then I die immediately because I can't anti-air or do anything.
Mr. Big doing the big style.
The big style. It's all or nothing with Mr. Big. Bet it all on the...
Spit it all on Big. Sir, I'm going to
Sometimes it
need a
doesn't work out.
number.
Mr. Big bets on what Mr. Big likes. Mr. Big. The dealer looks down and there's a Mr. Big square.
All right.
All right. What do you mean there's not a... Never mind. This bit's dead. Didn't kill it.
Killed it like Mr. Big in the corner.
Also played a little bit of messing around with fighting games, enjoying them. Played Hokuto no Ken. This is an old fighting game that is kusoge to the absolute core. It feels like you're ice skating the entire time. It's rough. It's janky. What you're watching here is a Ray dribble combo, which is essentially just an infinite.
Jesus Christ, many.
This game, it's strange. Down, heavy kick. So it's a 4-button fighter: light punch, light kick, heavy punch, heavy kick. And you have a dash button. It's called a boost, and you cancel moves and you dash at the opponent. It's almost like Dragon Rush from Dragon Ball. Like it's in the air, you will dash towards the person or whatever, or their last position. Heavy kick, so 2 heavy kick, which you would think would be like a sweep, right? It launches.
Okay.
It's one of these things. It's a product of back in the day. They had to build a fighting game and release it, and nothing could change because the hardware was already in arcades. There was no patching. There was no anything. So they just put something together, and what's there is what you got.
You know why these infinites are in this game?
Why is that?
Is because if someone was doing that at an arcade cabinet, the person next to them would just sock them in the temple in real life. I'm not sitting through this.
That would happen in American arcades because people used to get stabbed over people throwing in Street Fighter 2. But this isn't that era because Meshi, I don't know if you know about the candy cabs in Japan. They're head to head.
Oh, okay.
So you sit across from people and they're polite. So essentially, the worst you're going to get is a Japanese businessman peeking over the top of the cab at you, looking at you for a second, and then going back to sitting down.
Girl.
And then, lighting up a cigarette because, that's just kind of how it goes.
Going around the side, bowing, like, I know you have me in an infinite, but could you please just stop at that?
Oh man. But it was kind of fun to mess around with an old crunchy weird fighting game that wasn't intuitive. And it fits the North Star. We kind of went back to it just because like Kenshiro is coming to Fatal Fury. So just to kind of see what he was like.
I found him really early though, right? Because he's not coming out for a while.
Yeah, we haven't even seen like his model in game or anything, or we don't even technically know if he's actually in the game. I mean, clearly with the sound effect and the finger and like it's got to be with the post-apocalyptic. It's got to be him, but
right.
We're all but confirmed that it's him. It's gonna be really bad if it's like a real life person again.
Oh my god. Cosplaying as him?
Yes. That would probably be a death nail for this game. I'm not gonna lie. That would probably be it. It would be like, nope, it's over. But that's pretty much all of that. We played that for a little bit. It was just a fun, stupid time, and it's gonna take like time to understand, like wrapping your head around that game. It's very silly. Um, but other than that, started a new playthrough. Those videos will be coming soon to the channel. I went from Uncharted 1 last week, and for some reason I pivoted and I went over to Tomb Raider Anniversary Edition. So this is essentially like a reimagining of the first Tomb Raider game. This has been an experience of an era before yellow paint on the ground to show you where to go and what to do. It's been the highest of highs and where you feel really accomplished doing something, and the lowest of lows, just because getting stuck in a platforming situation of like, okay, now what do I do? Because it's not very clear that you're supposed to jump on this texture versus jumping on that texture.
I fucking when I like tuned in to like when you were playing, you must have been like maybe an hour into it or whatever. I forget.
Mhm.
This was a couple days ago. Uh, and I watched you like land or climb on this dismembered hand and just turn to gold. And I was like, that is fucking hilarious. Like, I was laughing so hard. And then I look over at your face and I'm like, oh no, he's been at this for like hours and he doesn't know what to do.
to, to give a little context to that moment. So essentially, you're in this one room, right? And there's a statue of King Midas, and you're supposed to collect 3 lead bars from 3 different paths and bring them back to the statue and turn them into gold, and then place them in the correct places. Right before then, I was in a lava room, and it was infuriating jumping onto these cylinder platforms that essentially had fire that was like 10 decibels louder than anything else in the game, constantly going hush, 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 and I was stuck in there for like 40 minutes because you're like pulling a switch and it raises up another one, and then you have to figure out where you even need to go to pull the next thing, and then the camera was fighting me to where you're essentially having to wall run, jump, slide down, and jump up and grab a stick on the wall to start spinning on. And if you fall and don't make the jump, you have to swim all the way back to the beginning of the room and restart and do all the previous platforming to then attempt to make that jump again. But the problem is the camera fights you and turns you around so you can't see where you're jumping to, and you have to guess where the bar is at to jump to.
Oh my God.
I was so angry. And on top of that, it was just
Oh man, I'm kind of sad I missed that part.
yeah, you would have been cackling and kicking up your little feet. You probably would have felt better about yourself for the entire day.
I probably would have.
So that happened. I was in a terrible mood, and I went back into that room I was like, finally got the lead bar, and I fell down, or like I just was dropping down. I was like, okay, let me get down and put the lead bar on there. And it was the first time I saw it where Laura landed on the hand and turned to gold, and I was like, you have to be fucking kidding me. And I was so done at that point, and it was just, the game was just like yeah. The beginning of that stream was not fun. I'm gonna have to chop it down because at a certain point I had to turn down the sound effect volume all the way and the music just so I because what was
Go
happening.
insane.
Well, the problem was I would go into one of the rooms, fight 2 gorillas, they would die, but the gorilla music would then start and play, which is this kind of high octane, like, oh, you're in the middle of a fight. I'm not doing anything. I'm standing around, and this fucking music keeps playing.
Why are there gorillas?
Meshi, there's dinosaurs. I killed a T-Rex in this game. It's awesome. It's so much fun. It's such a stark contrast from like Uncharted, which Uncharted is kind of like an Indiana Jones movie, and you're just kind of there and kind of going through it, and you're kind of having gunfights and whatnot. This really is, you're just like solving these old ass puzzles and doing this death platforming. So Canon Laura is doing all of this stuff perfectly one time only. and
Yeah.
and making these death-defying leaps and stuff. It's
You're over
really
there
fun.
fumbling, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna finish it. It was just that second session started out with an hour of me just absolutely livid.
I mean, I can understand why.
Yeah, it's just old. It's old crunchy game design from like the early 2000s, and let's be honest, the controls aren't exactly the most responsive. She will kind of do what she wants to when she wants to. Like, I want you to jump that way. She'll like go like a 15-degree angle and jump off a cliff instead, and you're like, Laura, I want you to live. You know,
Laura!
Laura. Been making that joke the entire playthrough. It's been a good time though. So I realized that I am a chronic procrastinator. So played a lot of the First Ascendant this week because guess what? The battle pass was ending, and I kept telling myself for literally 2 weeks straight, I got time. There's like 30 days. There's like 15 days. Oh God, there's like 5 days left. So I had to finish the battle pass to get this cool. It's not really cool. I find it endearing because it reminds me of Hellgate London. Because it's just like medieval armor with like cyber stuff on it. It's called the Exo Knight armor.
It does look cool.
Yeah. And then the ladies just have their asses out, wearing half the suit of armor.
It's such a different.
and then that sword right there, there's a lightsaber emote where one it's a group like emote, so one of them pulls out a blue one, and the person who joins your emote pulls out a red one, and you have a lightsaber duel. It's really fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want to get from the battle pass. We completed. Oh, there it is. Duel of Fate and the Knight's Oath. That's the 4-person emote that you get. So I've been playing a lot of this to do a bunch of missions. Essentially to get that stuff. And guess what? We did it over the course of like 2 or 3 days. I finished the battle pass out. I got all my goodies and rewards.
Dang,
so that was
you
accomplished.
Played a lot.
Yeah. But you know, it's the First Ascendant is one of my
It's your pastime.
well, it's my comfort game. It's just like I get to hang out, like grind some stuff out, try a new build. I even tried out Blair, Meshi. I had to kill 3,000 enemies with fire abilities, so I was like, well, I'll build Blair. I understand what you mean when you can't see when you use his like third ability.
Oh yeah. Can't see.
So I built Blair, and I was doing that to kill all those enemies. I just wanted to bring this up because character reveals in fighting games are pretty exciting because the character gets shown off. A bunch of stuff happens. So this is the new Descendant coming out. Their character trailer is just essentially them waking up after being like mind controlled and operated on, and them going through like PTSD and thinking about it in the shower. Like there's nothing happy about this trailer because I thought at the end of it that there was gonna be something happy or like you would get to see the character. Like I was like, oh, she's gonna be like a mech like kind of girl or something. She's gonna have like a Gundam flight or something.
Yeah. Turns out she's just in a wheelchair.
And I was wanting to see some character stuff, like some gameplay, but she's literally just thinking about the moment, and it's kind of horrific. Because because there's audio during this where they start operating and she's like screaming and there's crunching and stuff. Because the bad people, they augmented her and made her into a killing machine, and she's having to like relive being mind controlled and like killing people super hard, which you'll see later on. It was just an interesting approach. I've been watching some of the fighting game trailers for characters recently, and this one was like very story heavy. And it's not a feel good time, kind of sad.
So you don't
Waiting
know
for
what she
some-
does yet. Oh.
No, don't know what she does yet. We get to see what she looks like afterwards, as soon as we get like further into it. Gosh, she looks super cool, and she kills people super hard. She just stabbed that guy through the fucking abdomen, ragdolled him with a giant sword thing. That guy's dead.
Ooh.
You know?
She's got like a drill lance.
Yeah, a drill lance thing, and she's like got a cool armor stuff. This is Glay's daughter, by the way, the gun lady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's story implications and whatnot because we rescued her during the last story stuff that got released last update or whatever. But she's just kind of going through it, and you don't feel happy at the end of this. But don't worry, content's coming out on the 5th of February.
I can't wait to play this character.
With all these issues.
Yeah, emotional pain and drama.
Oh boy. Hey, free to play though. So
Is the reason that you like her is because the top part of her looks like Gantz?
1,000% Meshy. It's you look at this and you see a Gantz character. Tell me you don't.
I did, yeah. Immediately I thought of Gantz. I was like, oh, this is why Scum wants her.
We got another one, ladies and gentlemen. Now he sees Gantz of the world. That's what it's like to see the world through my eyes, Meshy. Gantz everywhere you look.
I only see it through your eyes is because you keep grabbing me by the neck and going, look at this!
Look at it! It's Gantz! I swear to God, it's Gantz! Oh, remember on the Copium I was on when I thought, like, oh, they talked about they're going to bring back, like, an anime IP or, like,
You
a
were
thing
so excited.
with black leather. Like, oh, my God, it's got to be Gantz this time. And it's like, it's Bayonetta, and I was like... Oh, I was huffing the copium so hard.
Yeah, you were. It was.
I
great.
coped by buying all of the Gantz omnibuses and a Reika figure. We all cope in our own ways. So after I got done grinding, and catching up, I only got to do one session, and that was today. We got 23rd with Haley killing the Grim Reaper boss. So we did all right. We got top 25 in the world.
This
with
is
this
solo.
character. Yes, this is solo.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad for one session. I could have upgraded some things and grinded a little bit more. So essentially, you see these guys and they have like 25 seconds. They essentially got the perfect run of landing the shots on a weak point and getting the top critical damage that you can get for every shot. So it's kind of RNG. So these guys are like doing hundreds upon hundreds of runs and just waiting for that one to where every single shot, the boss doesn't crit resist your critical strike.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I did, let's see, 30 runs equals, 10 runs equals a costume. I bought like 4 costumes. So probably like maybe like 40 runs, and we got down to a minute 23. And I didn't have her fully built out yet. She's this is leaving in like 4 days, so I don't think I'll really push much more on this boss because new content's coming out. So I think I'll try to jump on early so I can do that boss from the beginning and work on my time better. But yeah, no, it's been really fun coming back and playing the characters, and that's it for the First Ascendant Power Hour. And that's pretty much everything that I have done with my week. as far as video games go, Meshi,
Hey.
I think you've been playing some stuff this week.
Yeah, let's drag this podcast downhill with the me section, the
And
me
we're gonna
sheep
go
section.
back in time to last week. Did you beat Dishonored 2?
I have not beat Dishonored 2.
Fucking god.
I
Oh, I
it
thought you beat it. Okay, so
no.
progress report. Update me.
I'm it's because like it's because each level takes so long to do that after I'm done, I'm like, I can't I want to play more, but this is exhausting. Um and that's my fault because of the way I'm playing it rather than like the game. Because like I was like, oh, if I had just stealth past those two guys, I could have gotten to the boss. Because that's what that level was. Is like if you
Hmm.
stealth past those guys, or but the level is so cool that it's like, why would I want to skip it? It's because I don't know. Have you ever played Dishonored 2?
No, Meshi, I haven't.
No. So there's one of the levels, which is one of my favorite levels in this game,
Okay.
is a basically like a it's a mansion that every room is modular, so like you could pull a switch and like the room changes. And so
Okay, I
like
got you.
so think of like the cube, but
Mhm.
not without all the deadly traps. So like it's right here actually.
Okay,
Um
I'm with
so
you.
you can go in like the background and like there's a bunch of places to explore and it's neat to navigate the mansion. It's just a really cool place. So I spent like a lot of time in there because it's been a while since I've been in here. But
Hmm.
in reality, you could literally, if you're quick enough, you could go in, blink past the two front guards and make it to the guy's place before he like seals you off from his domain. And then
Oh,
you
I
just
see.
kill
So
him.
it's supposed to be like the cinema moment of him like, "You'll never catch me in my modular house," and like locks off, and you have to navigate through it to get to him. But you can
Yeah.
actually just get to him if you're fast enough. You can be like, "You'll never catch." Oh,
You're here
hot.
already?
Okay, I
Yeah.
got you. But no,
So
that
it's
does
really
sound
fun.
cool.
And one of the things I like about Dishonored is like you could kill like you have a final guy to kill in every area, right? And you could either kill them and then like the end of the game gets more cruel and like the ending is just a lot darker,
Mhm.
or you can not do like the I'm not killing this person kind of style of game and you knock them out or you do something to them. And
Mhm.
most of the time doing something to them is far more horrific than if you had just stabbed them in the neck,
And
which is one of
killed
my
them.
favorite things. Because like for
Yeah.
this guy that you
Mhm.
see, he's like a super genius inventor who's just all ego about himself, right?
Mhm.
Well, he invented this chair to torture this other guy that's really smart, and basically it wipes his genius. Like he can't think anymore. So you just shove him in the chair and electrocute his brain, and then he's just sitting there. It's like, I used to know this.
So I used to you genius lobotomize him.
Yeah, he's just lobotomized him. So it's a good time, and I enjoy the game. I'm doing it so slowly that it's exhausting
Low,
to play it.
low and slow like a crock pot. I mean, I have
Yeah.
a similar thing where I don't know if you've ever played Vanquish. Um, the first time I played Vanquish, it was so high octane, I would clear like a stage and be like, "All right, I'm done for the day." Because I was playing the game really, really fast. Because you can like take it kind of slow and like move to different guard positions, but I was like just fucking dash canceling and like just going in and and
Yeah.
it was a lot, But that does sound well. Maybe one of these weeks you'll beat it and you'll be able to give a full consensus on how you feel about Dishonored. I think I have. I might. Oh, actually, do I have Dishonored? Did I buy these? It was either that or Prey. Maybe
You're
one day I'll do a
probably
play. You never know.
you would like Prey. I liked Prey. I like the opening sequence of Prey is really cool visually. Um I recommend that game. It's fun.
Oh, high recommend. That's a tall. What would you call that? I know
I give
high
it
praise coming from Meshy. He didn't like anything.
I give it an 8.1.
You know the page view score, right?
Yeah.
8.1. You're traveling for it. It's good. You know,
Yeah.
it's a good score.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good score. It's a fun game. It holds your attention without like um what's sort of like feeling like you're wasting your time kind of thing.
Mm. Speaking of wasting your time, uh,
Yeah, my
I
back to my
want to
time
know
waster.
because we went on a WoW Power Hour because I was shaking Meshy down for information because they still got their claws in me. It's like I look, I blink and I'm already back in 2004 looking at a desktop CRT monitor and I'm like, World of Warcraft again, They got me as a kid, Meshy. I was cooked. They fried my brain. They made it addicting. You told me you didn't look up the event for midnight or the pre-patch event thing. You didn't look
Yeah.
at anything. You want to be surprised. What's going on, Meshy? What's the
Nothing.
event? Has it started yet?
It has started yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's the
Um
event?
you're basically you learn the cultists are they're reusing one of the stages from Cataclysm, which is the Twilight Highlands. You learn that cultists are summoning like void things again.
Okay.
Um so you do a quick little quest, find out they're in the Twilight Highlands, you go to the Twilight Highlands, and then they're like, oh yeah, go and stop these things that are summoning like these powerful whatever. So there's
Mhm.
these rares that are on I think they're now on a 5 minute cycle. You kill one and then 5 minutes later another one spawns, and there's like 16 of them or something like that. And if you kill all 16 of them, you get them out. Uh
So it's kind of an excuse to like have people go to that area all together and y'all are waiting around for the rares to spawn and you all just slap it and it dies.
yeah, pretty much. It's the pre-patch events for like the past like 2 or 3 expansions have all just kind of been about leveling your character that you want to level for the next expansion, and or because you're just coming back, gearing them up so they're not just walking around in like quest greens. um and that's kind of all this event is about, is just kind of getting your character ready for midnight when it comes out. So I wasn't really that shocked that that's all it kind of is, because that's what it's been for like the past 2 expansions, was just a leveling thing and a gearing thing all in one. So the mounts are cool. I don't think there was a mount the last time. It's a giant mech suit with a cannon. I mean, you can't use or does it have? It's either a fist or a cannon. I don't think you can use it, but I don't have a mech suit yet, so I want.
Well, no, that's interesting. No, well, it sounds like it might be a stepping in point where I could level up a character and experience WoW again.
Yeah, you
Now, I got a
could.
question for you, Meshi. I got a question for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is this like a Yuji's mom situation going on? Um, is this lady here? Is she actually like an old god gross thing that's be like inhabiting a body?
We don't. Yes, basically, we don't know exactly who. We know her name, which is Zalatath. But we don't know exactly what she is. But basically, as part of a quest line back in Battle for Azeroth, I think it was, you bring a dead elf corpse to I forget who the old god was at the time. I can't remember his name. You basically it's part of this quest line where you like you bring in bring the elf, or you bring the weapon or something like that the elf is in, or Zaltaz is in, and as a reward, the old god, or as part of a deal, the old god frees Zalatath from this weapon and puts her into this elf body, which is what that is right there. Um,
So my question is, do we know if that Zalatath? Do we know if they had female tentacles or male tentacles?
I
That's
she has female tendencies, so I think
that's why I asked
she
if this was a Yuji's
yeah.
mom situation. Was this a
No, I
dude
don't think
brain
this is a
hopping
huge.
into an attractive body?
I don't think it's a Yuji's mom situation.
Okay.
She does show feet a lot, which I know you love. So you
Not,
know,
I don't love feet. I love a particular pair.
yeah.
I'm not a
Well,
harlot. I'm not a Jezebel. Okay. I might have bought another jury statue. We don't have to talk about it.
no, we
I
don't
like
have
how I
to
was going for that joke, and you were so earnest and just telling me the WoW lore. That's kind of endearing.
well, I knew you were going for the joke, but I also thought you really wanted to know the WoW lore. I don't-
I kind of want to know if this was an old god or an old goddess. I'm just trying to figure out.
me.
I'm just trying to figure out if I should feel confused or if everything should be, right as rain.
You should be very confused. Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I can get past tentacles. That's fine. It's just. Are they dude tentacles? Okay. Well, so that's the only thing going on is killing the rares, getting them out, and like a leveling up, like catch up system to get a character up to do the campaign.
Yeah.
MSQ.
They also buffed the new Demon Hunter class, the new Demon Hunter spec, I should say.
Already?
So,
Was it underperforming?
in the leveling department, it was. Now
Took
it
a lot to
feels
come
a lot.
online.
Yeah, it took a lot to come online. Things didn't really die very easily, and you'd always die kind of kind of fighting one thing, and it just was very difficult to level as them. Now it's a lot better. It feels a lot better to play the class. It just flows a lot better now. So it's still not the spec I would play, but it definitely, like, before it was I don't want to play the spec because it doesn't feel great to play, but now it's like, okay, it feels better to play. It's still not my class that I want to play, but I think people that are happy with that kind of maintenance build style will like it.
Sounds like a lot of work.
It sounds like a lot of work, but it isn't. When you actually play it, it's very simple and straightforward, and you don't really have to think about a lot. You just push the button when you need to.
That's a lot of work, Meshy. Meshy, you're
Fair
talking to a
enough.
classic player. A paladin is used to auto attack and press a seal button like every 30 seconds, and that was it.
I mean, that's also fair. Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
I'm very interested to see how the Blood Elf area
so
looks.
Judgy. Oh, it's perfect. Look at me with disdain. Let me know. World of Warcraft Midnight. That's the tagline they need. Look at me like you hate me.
She is very much that. Yeah, you would like
well,
that.
It goes to show like just how I've been thinking about it still for like I think we talked about it. I watched the Warcraft movie like last week or 2 weeks ago. Still thinking about it. It's got its claws in me.
Yeah, I know. You get the itch, and you're like, well, I could play for a month. It's only $15.
I'm gonna be sorely disappointed, and it's probably gonna be a theme park, go in a circle and do the quest, and just go in a circle and do these boring quests that I don't want to read the text about, and then I'm gonna be at the end and confused, and
World of Warcraft. I went in a circle and I'm confused.
So I finished Kamen Rider Stronger this week, so we're finished. We did the whole series.
Can I? This looks like a picture out of Adam West's Batman. I'm gonna be honest with you.
As it should. Meshy, let me break this episode down for you.
Yeah, break it down.
Kamen Rider got the bad guy threw a net on top of him. He couldn't get out of the net, and then they picked him up and carried him across the sky in a net, and he was held hostage within this net for like 15 minutes of the episode. He couldn't get out. They had him hanging in place in the evil lair, and he was like, I can't get out.
I thought you were gonna say like they went to go drop him in a volcano or
no. We saw him. They brought him outside and they pinned him to a rock cliff like a rock wall, and he's still in the bag, and then they threw something at him and he exploded. And I was like, Stronger, no! Because he was helpless and he was in this bag the whole time. Okay, so it took me a while to complete this series. Yes, he was defeated by a net. I like Kamen Rider X as a whole more than I liked Kamen Rider Stronger. This show, for the first, I want to say probably 2/3 of it, the first 2/3 really didn't take itself seriously. I think you've heard me wax on poetically about Pops, the old man,
Yeah.
being a mentor figure and helping the rider to, overcome, his obstacles and his self-doubt. And he's really a mentor and a father figure to these guys, right?
Right.
It's a very endearing, sweet relationship of two men, confiding in each other, in these times and pushing through with manliness. Pops was going out there and fighting and swinging on combatants left and right, right?
Right.
Like, he put himself in the line of danger. Like, remember that one time he was like, I don't care if you kill, like, I'll toss myself off this cliff so I'm no longer a burden, so Kamen Rider won't have, he won't have any choice but to, like, fight you. Like, you can't hold me hostage. I'll take myself out, right?
Yeah, he did not hesitate for a second.
Yeah, Pops was that dude. So the first 2/3 of this show, he became like the ass butt of a joke like every episode. So they took away like all this endearing stuff and they reduced him to kind of eating large quantities of like comically large food and constantly being left behind, or like pathetically getting into a fight and not being able to do anything, and like almost like Three Stooges like get hit. And it was kind of like, oh. And
Why?
well, it's like they wanted comic relief and they're like, well, we have Pops here. Um, and I think they tried to make it like a funny thing. It was kind of like the show was taking itself much more lighthearted approach. And Joe Higashi was this like self-proclaimed, like, the people call to me, the earth calls to me to be the biggest, baddest, coolest dude ever, to stop you. And the bad guys are like, what's the whistle music? What's happening? you know?
Uh-huh.
So it was kind of tough to watch. It just kind of like I still enjoyed the fights and stuff. It just kind of sucked to like see like this cool relationship that like every writer that has come up, Pops has been there to help them in their trying times. When the writer's all but given up on everything, and he's that last push, that shoulder to lean on.
Yeah.
So that's how the show started out. And then Tackle dies. And the show gets real fucking serious really quick. and it's like it's it's like the Grinch looking at the sunrise.
Yeah.
That was me looking at Stronger, because Pops had this emotional, endearing moment of being there with the writer and talking about Tackle. And it got really emotionally heavy and they're playing it straight. And Pops finally got to be Pops. And I was like, yes, my show's back. And they had a funeral for oh man. And then you're immediately like, oh man, like Tackle was always the sidekick who was always there being like, all right, sure thing. Never said no to anything. Didn't want to hold Joe back. Was like, get these people safety. She's like, on it. Man, as she went out, Meshi, she threw someone and they exploded harder than anything's ever exploded.
Okay.
It was, so there was this rose monster, right? It was a
Right.
rose. It was a lady who was literally a rose, and she poisoned Tackle. So Tackle didn't have a lot of time left, and she was like, "Don't tell him. I don't have a lot of time left because I'm poisoned and it's too late for me. But I don't want to hold him back because we're right on the edge of taking care of the bad guys." And then Joe's about to get taken out by the flower monster, and she's like, "Well, this is it. I'm just gonna have to use my ultimate technique, and this is it." And she fucking hurls this flower, and this flower flies and hits the ground and explodes harder than anything I've ever seen explode. Oh man, what a way to go out. It was awesome. And then Pops and Joe get to have their relationship again, like where he gets to be the mentor. Um, and it was great. Black Satan was defeated, and it got taken over by a new group called Delza. It was like Shocker being taken over by Gel Shocker. It was like, whatever.
Under new management, signs
Under new,
everywhere.
yeah. It was like, oh, yeah, whatever. Um, did you have something to say?
No, no.
Oh, I thought I heard the typical Messi tss, like you're about to say something, but you stopped yourself.
Oh, no.
Oh, oh.
No.
So
Oh,
this show ended
yeah.
with all it ended with all Common Riders coming back. It was a 7 Common Rider team up. Meshi, we watched Rider Man fucking sacrifice his life and explode in the sky as he drove a missile away so everyone else would be saved, right?
Right.
Meshi Rider Man came back.
What?
Yes.
How?
So he shows back up, and we're like, wait a minute. What's going on? First of all, it was a you and me interaction where Joe is spying on the bad guys, but so is Rider Man. And Rider Man's like, wait a minute, who are you? No, they're my bad guys. Don't you go out there. And he grabs him, and Joe and Rider Man roll downhill, not transformed, and land in front of the bad guys as they try to stop each other from stopping the bad guys.
Okay.
Just sandbagging each other. He's like, no, they're mine. I got him. He's like, no, I got him. And then they fight and roll downhill in front of them. And they're like, well, we're going to run away now. He's like, damn it, they got away. So Rider Man, they're like, how did you come back? And then V3's there. And V3's like, oh, he was in Greece. That's it. He was out of the country, Meshi.
He. That kind of. Huh.
That's it.
So he's that's he doesn't no no explanation for surviving the explosion. He just
Common Rider, Rider Man got better.
it kind of kills his character arc, doesn't it?
A little bit, yeah. It's kind of the same thing that, like, when V3 started, right? When Takashi and Hayato sacrificed their life and exploded with the nuke over the ocean, leaving V3 by himself to take the reins, right?
Right.
And you have this really silhouette moment of, like, their faces in the sky, like Mufasa being like, you got it from here. And V3 is like, all right, I'll carry on the legacy. And then they show back up later, and they're like, we were in America. So it's the running trend of this super emotional thing happening, and then the next series where they show up for the cameo, don't worry, we were just out of the country, we're back. What happened? Don't ask. But it was really cool getting to see essentially all the riders get to interact, and they almost have like I don't know if you've watched those Power Ranger episodes where like all the Red Rangers team up to do something.
Oh yeah.
It essentially came from this moment of all the riders like teaming up to fight the big bad guy. So overall, I liked how the show ended. Just the first like 2/3 of it, or the first half of it, really was it was fun, but it was lighthearted, and it wasn't what I had grown to love. And then it turned into exactly what I wanted at the end. The power of the Mediterranean diet. Yeah, exactly.
This reminds me of this is just that meme of Yzma just screaming, "He's supposed to be dead!"
Yeah, it's very much, you know, um, yeah.
This reminds me of this also reminds me of thinking about Kung Pao, where everyone is dead and he's running around and being like, "Oh my god, master, you're alive!" And then like he runs over, it's like, "Oh my god, you're alive!" It's like, "What about Guai Lo?" or whatever the fuck his name is, and he
Yeah.
goes over there. It's like, "What about Tackle?" And it goes over there, the body's just rotting and there's flies coming off of it. We're like, oh no.
Oh no. Oh man. Oh, it still gets me because we knew it was coming, and it was the thing too. It's like we know it's gonna happen. Pops made the death hit even harder than I was expecting it to happen because I was like, I know this is on the way. I know it's right here. It's gonna happen, and then Pops just sold it. Like, oh my goodness. The bad guy takes Pops hostage because he's like, we've got the one thread that holds all of you losers together. And like, oh no, where's Pops? And they got Pops strung up. Oh man, heart-wrenching stuff. Absolute cinema. So overall, I was happy with my Kamen Rider Stronger. I don't know how much of the more of the old series I'm gonna watch. Um, supposedly it goes downhill. I think the next Kamen Rider has something to do with like planes or something, or flying in the sky. I don't know if that's gonna be great, but I think I'll find out. I might skip around. We'll find out. I don't know. Don't press me too
Well,
much.
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if it's not great, you just skip over the series. No
I
one
I
will
and
know.
I I gotta confess, I'm an honest guy, Mishy. I did skip Kamen Rider Amazon. I skipped over it.
Yeah, but I
He
get it.
shows up here as part of the Seven Rider team up.
And I'm
Um,
here too.
and they're like, oh my god, they're calling each other by the name. It's like, oh, Takashi, Hayato, Shiro, Keisuke,
You.
Amazon. And he's out of form. It's not he's transformed. He's literally a guy in a fucking loincloth.
Jesus criminy.
And I've never seen his henshin before. I've never seen his transformation. And he teams up with Kamen Rider X, Keisuke. He teams up with him to fight one of the bad guys. And he goes, Amazon! And he transforms. So I might go back. It's only 24 episodes. I think I need to find out. I was a little heartbroken. I hadn't talked about Kamen Rider in a few weeks. I was like, oh no, did this thing turn into something I don't care about anymore? Like, did it evolve into something that no longer, like, took itself seriously? But how could it have gone on for so long? And how do the later movies that I've watched have so much heart in them? And then it brought me right back in there and said, no, we got you, scum. And thank you, Kamen Rider. We played some video games this week together.
Yeah.
We played some Fork Knife together. It seems to be the go-to thing when there's nothing else to do. I think we're finding our way, Meshi. We got like one session. We got like 4 victory royales.
Yeah.
Despite all odds, you know.
Despite all odds. Because we're the best.
We're the best, baby. You know, even when our teammate doesn't see an enemy standing right next to them on top of a car that we're driving.
Got them horse blinders on.
You know, focused on the prize, some might say. I've been enjoying the South Park season. I like most of the guns, especially the electric gun. With all this talk about JJK and stuff, I think I need to make that first victory royale and name it Toji blows up a school bus. Because that's what happens. I'm playing Toji and I fry a school bus and it explodes, or that thing explodes with that guy in it. I think I'll do that after stream. Butters. Yeah, it's just we said it last week and I'll say it again this week. I can't believe how much fun that I'm having playing this game that I never thought I would actually play.
I know, right?
Yeah,
It's a very surprising amount of fun.
you know, especially because we're winning a lot.
Yeah.
It helps, you know,
And I mean, it also
knowing
helps that you're playing with friends and not playing by yourself because I bet solo is just god awful.
you're not wrong. I could have been ninja. I just nearly threw my water. If I had just seen the
The ninja has
silver,
hair.
so did I, Meshi.
What?
What? So I could have been me. Could have been me. That's okay. Shooters are no longer for me. It's okay. I'll just carry my friends in them play.
Yeah, please do. I can't do
Clearly.
it.
Don't worry. One of these days, I'll find somebody with some competency to play with. Till then, I can feel like Rock Lee with the weights on. It's okay. I feel better whenever we get a victory royale because I'm like, yeah, I did it.
Because we had to work 8 times harder than anyone else to do it.
We is a strong word.
I mean, there was 2 of us.
Yeah, but I think I worked just a little bit harder. And that's a generous.
I was talking about me and Yatra worked.
What y'all do, I don't know if I would consider work. Y'all are having a good time. I'm laser focused in trying to get the dub.
I'm just
Y'all are
happy
just
to be
happy
here.
to be y'all are just happy to be playing video games with friends, and I'm like, I have to show that I'm better than them. And guess what? We do it pretty often, more often than not. And I don't even know how to play Fortnite with the wingsuit and the building and stuff. I don't know how to do that stuff. I just shoot people, and it works out in a video game.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all the video games that we did. Yeah, I did meet Yatra, and yeah, I did Instant Killer. First time we played, I comboed an IK multiple times. What a good sport. All right, we're gonna get into the movie side of things. For some reason, you decided to watch this movie called The Blackout:
Oh, we're starting with the
Invasion
best
Earth.
first, huh?
Yeah, we're starting out strong, Meshi. I don't know what's going on here. I've been talking for a while.
Yeah.
Take the reins. What happened?
So I found a YouTube short came across my feed that I watched that had a bunch of military people in the dark line up on this cement wall, and then like they were like, they're coming, they're closer, they're like blah 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 blah, they're bigger than a human, they're running really fast. I was like, okay, what the fuck's going on? And then they show, you can't see them, but they show all these creatures in like this giant swarm running at all these soldiers, and then they just start opening fire at them, and there's like mini guns going off shooting at them, and you're like, what the fuck? And then it turned out it was like 300 bears, grizzly bears or something like that, charged at all of these soldiers, and then we're just getting mowed down. I was like, you know what, I think I should watch this movie. I want to know what's going on. um it's not a great movie. It's a Russian movie with English
Oh, okay.
dub.
Oh,
um
kind of like that Avengers ripoff movie that I watched.
Kind of, yeah. This is the scene I'm talking about with all the
Yeah,
bears,
the
the
Bears.
miniguns going off. So basically it's an alien invasion. Um and only when it happens, everyone on Earth dies simultaneously, except for this big circular area. It's like a size of maybe a little bit bigger than a whole city of an area. Is the only one that still has power and people, but they can't communicate with the outside world, so they don't know what's going on. They just, everything went dark. So they're trying to figure all that out, and they set
Mm-hmm.
up this base, which you saw in the thing,
Mm-hmm.
which is like right on the outskirts of the quarantine zone. And basically anybody that goes out in the quarantine zone dies that they've sent out or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, fast forward. You learn it's an alien invasion. There's an alien with a bald head and no mouth that is like psychically communicating with this one guy who he's like, you're the only guy that can find the other me. So, so there's
But okay.
um so basically as you learn more about this alien invasion, it makes sense, but it sounds stupid on paper. Um Basically you find out from the main guy that there's two of them. They were both sent here to oversee the invasion.
You aliens, okay.
He um he doesn't want his people to win, but he never
Sure.
really specifies why he doesn't want them to win. And then the other guy is there to carry out the mission, like he's laser focused on it.
Gotcha.
Um
Okay.
so in order to do that, what he did was apparently the first part of the invasion was to set off a radiation bomb. And
Okay.
basically when you get hit by this, your body creates some sort of toxin that kills you instantaneously. Um and so what he did was he's like, I set it off where I wasn't supposed to. I set it off in like some point in the ocean so that when the radiation spread across the entire planet, only this area would survive. Don't know why well, I know why he picked that area because it was Moscow and it was Russia. So he's like, so he picked um that speaking of that, it's sort of like futuristic, but not super futuristic. Like they have there's some flying cars, but not everybody uses them. So they're kind of like big drones, I guess. It's very weird. It's not cyberpunk, but it's like this is
There's
definitely way in
impossible
the
tech
future.
stuff there. There we see
Yeah.
these plane things. There's like, okay, there's a they look a little Tesla-fied. They look a little
Yeah, they have like
yeah.
holographic screens they could like pull up, and it's kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like okay, but they're
They got
still using like
shield tech.
yeah, and so they have all this futuristic technology, and then like the reporter of the group is still using a camcorder. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, can't afford a good camera still. um, so he explains that he needed people to survive so that he could fight the other guy. Um, and
The
then he
other
carts
alien.
yeah, he's like, okay, that was that setting off that radiation bomb was part two of our plan. He's
Okay.
like, the first part, no, that's part one of our plan. And then he goes on to like explain, but there was also a part zero of the plan. And they're like, well, what was part zero? It's like, oh, it takes hundreds of thousands of years for our big ship, which is our colony ship, to get here because it's traveling near the speed of light, so it still takes time. So all of my people are on their way here, and we're supposed to clear all you out. He says, so the first part zero was to send a virus to this planet that would then spread and wipe out all of existence for us. And then the other parts would wipe out anything that's remaining.
Mhm.
And they're like, okay, well, obviously part zero failed. And he's like, no, it didn't. It succeeded. And they were like, what do you mean it succeeded? He's like, you're the virus. And he's like, and they're like, what are you talking about? It's like humankind. You're the virus that we sent, and you did excellent. You like you
Nice.
we bred you for, or we manufactured you for violence and to have a compulsion to breed and to spread, and you basically wiped out and became the dominant species on this planet. You did what you were supposed to. Um and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's like, why do you think you look like me?" Because they look like him, but he has no mouth. And he technically has
Caught.
no nose. Yeah. So he's like, that's why, because he's like, oh, God created us in his image, and then we created you in our image. And they're like, "Oh, well, then what the fuck are you supposed to be?" And he's like, "Oh, well, in your native tongue, I would be called God." Um, so he then goes, "My other counterpart realized
Uh-huh.
what kind of danger you guys what danger you are to my species. Because you're so violent. Like you'll fight people just cuz and murder them for any reason whatsoever." He's like, "So my other counterpart who named himself Ra invented religion and tried to brainwash you all into be peace-loving people
Uh-huh.
through
But
through
that
re-
just
they
caused more
yeah
violence.
they've been there for hundreds of thousands of years. They
Yeah.
live for basically ever." He's like, and one of the things he's like, "So do you live forever?" And he's like, "Nobody lives forever." Is like, "I don't age, so I technically will live forever unless someone kills me," is what he says.
Yeah.
um and it's like, okay. So he's like, the other guy invented religion, which was supposed to make you peace loving whatever that would just be for the everyman, and somehow you guys managed to even turn that into just another excuse to murder everybody. um so
Uh-huh.
that's where like phase 1 and 2 comes in, where I was supposed to nuke all of you guys into radiation poisoning.
Mhm.
And then phase 2 was anybody that survived, it would be mind controlled and they lose all free will. And
Mhm.
then they would go out and wipe out anybody that resisted the change. And that's phase 2. So the other alien who's Raw,
Mhm.
has the master remote control to everybody else on the planet.
Okay.
Um so he's basically sending, I think 300 million people survived the initial radiation thing. So
Mhm.
they're all walking to Moscow, or they're flying to Moscow, or they're taking whatever, they're surrounding the
Mhm.
entire city, and they're like, "We have to go find this guy." Um so they find a guy who is basically psychic. He can see where the other guy is, and he tells him where he's at. And the good alien is like, "Ah, thank you." So he gets a small group of people, which is like 30 or 40 people. It's who's what's left. And they go out of the main base. While they're leaving, the psychic guy talks to the alien. He's like, I'm really freaked out. I reached into that guy's mind. I saw him. He saw me. I really don't want to face him." And the alien guy looks at him. He's like, "That's okay. You can stay here. I understand." And so they're driving away in the convoy, and they look up, and like hundreds of missiles are descending upon the main base and just wipe it out. It just gets obliterated. And the alien guy's like, "Good, good, that worked. He thinks I'm dead now." Um, um,
Brilliant.
yeah. So like one of the female officers who doesn't trust him is like, "What the fuck was that?" He's like, "Oh well, if that guy had come with us, we would be dead right now. Now that guy thinks I'm dead, and we can proceed with the mission." And so she's beginning to be, untrustworthy of him or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so this movie isn't great, but there's a lot of good scenes in it. So they have 2 armored personnel carrier no, they have, like, 4 armored personnel carriers, and they're driving through this city to where the main bad guy alien is, and basically the entire city is just filled with millions of people, all armed to the teeth, who are under this guy's control. And so they're in the city, and there's just, like, a wall of people in front of them, and they're like, "Sir, there's a bunch of, non-combatants in front of us. What do we do?" And he's like, "Okay, well," and as he's trying to make a decision, people are leaping off of the roofs with explosive tied to their chest, and they're landing on the convoys and just exploding. And he's like, "Drive, drive, drive, drive." And so it just proceeds to be a scene of all these people just getting mashed in the face by armored personnel carriers. And just be like, "Da, da, 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 da," as these people are leaping off of buildings onto the street, exploding, trying to hit these things. That was like the best scene. out of that whole movie. Uh, Fast forward, they get to the main bad guy. There's a final standoff between they're holding off the bad guys while they're holding off everybody else while they go and
Mhm.
fight the main guy.
Mhm.
The bottom team
Raw.
gets wiped out. The top team manages to kill the main bad guy alien. Um, and as soon as he does that, the other alien releases his control on everybody else.
Mhm.
They're dead.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So now there is 5 men and 3 women left. It's roughly about 5, I think, men that are left in the world. They're the only people left alive.
That's not enough.
Yeah. And so this is when I expected, right before he released his control, I thought the twist was going to be, oh no, he was the bad guy alien, you just killed the good one. I thought that
Yeah.
was going to be the twist. It's kind of that, but not exactly. So he basically goes, perfect. We did it. We can now defeat my people that are coming.
Mhm.
And they're like, what do you mean? There's only like 6 of us. He's like, yeah, but think about it. You've lived your entire lives believing in a false god that you didn't know about. But now we could repopulate the earth and God will be with you at all times. Um, and so they're like, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, so you killed everybody just for this moment? And he's like, yeah. They're like, so the lady kind of snaps, and she's like, so you could have not nuked everybody as part of phase 1. And he's like, yeah, I could have, but then my people would have known something was wrong, and they wouldn't be in a defenseless ship right now. They would all be, armed to the teeth and waiting
Yeah.
for you to wipe you out. He's like, I made a tactical decision to wipe out most of you so that my people would be in a relaxed state. And the lady kind of goes on a tangent about how that's fucked up and blah 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 blah. And so one guy in the group is like, guys, calm down. We need him. He's the only one that knows how to defeat the people that are coming. But everyone else is like, no, fuck this guy. So they try and kill him. Combat ensues. One of the ladies gets knifed in the stomach or the heart or something like that, because he basically mind controls somebody into thinking he's over there and he's not. And so they die. Bob Bang Bang Bosch, one of the main guys, grabs him and throws him off the roof with him. They take a tumble. He hits the ground and he dies. Now there are 2 women and 2 guys left in the entire world. One of the guys is incapacitated, and the main mothership lands.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, this is where the movie's gonna end. It's gonna end on a cliffhanger. No, it lands. The slow ass ramp comes down, and they're staring at this city-sized ship. And they're like, why aren't they coming outside? And this guy picks up this disc that they pulled off of Raw before they killed him, and it's like blinking. And he's like, oh, it's to me, I'm like, oh, it's obviously the thing that he's gonna signal that it's okay to come outside. So what does he do? He brings it into the ship with him, and he finds out that they're all asleep in these pods. And what does
Mhm.
the device do? The moment he steps onto the ship, it starts to wake him up. And so they're like, what do we do? There's like millions of these pods around this ship.
Mhm.
Somehow they figure out that this liquid that's being piped into these pods is oxygen for them. And they
Okay.
start breaking the pipes, and that's wiping out like sections of them. They're all just
Mhm.
dying in these pods. So they go around on this ship and they're blowing up these lines, and they get to the end, and it's one of these one of these moments where it's like, I'm out of bullets. And the ship is basically a giant. There's gravity wherever you are, so there's people on the ceiling and there's people on the floor. And this lady runs out of bullets, and she's like, quick, toss me the axe. And so the lady does like this weak as shit underhand throw of an axe,
Okay.
a skyscraper size way up. This lazy lady catches it, and before she hesitates to slice the final line, because she turns around and realizes, oh, the sequence has completed. But by the time she turned around, waited for that dot to go away, she could have just killed them. So
Mhm.
she lets them wake up. And then the movie ends with them dropping their guns to these child versions of the aliens. There's only like 200 of these aliens left, and they're all children. And the movie ends right there. And I was like,
What a way to end. And I mean, this movie probably should have ended like with the ship getting there.
oh, it
But
should have,
clearly, it
yeah.
sounds like they were trying to set up for a sequel, probably. Or well, actually, I don't know if that story warrants like what else you're gonna do.
Yeah. What else are you gonna do with one guy and two women?
So it's funny that okay. So I looked into it. It is made by the same studio who did Guardians, which is Russia's Avengers ripoff movie.
Yeah.
So I would highly recommend experiencing this studio and what they have to offer. Let's just play one little scene. Um, just so we can all be on the same page with what type of cinema that you're gonna be in.
Got really, really scared because of the alien thing that was happening, that they all just were running in a direction. All like 300 of them.
And then they just got mowed down by red. Oh my god.
Yeah, they
Well,
just
I mean, at least
there's
that's plausible.
yeah, after the scene with the
Mhm.
bears, like it cuts to like the morning because one guy got knocked, the main character gets knocked out, so you lose vision. And it's just a giant wall of dead bears
With
that they're
bears.
stacking up that's like 10 feet high.
Jesus Christ. They just kept coming.
It just kept going.
Yeah. I could see how that was enjoyable in its own way, just because I'm sure the dub was also just kind of like
Some parts of like it wasn't a bad dub, but
mhm,
like some of the translations of the one-liners was like terrible, where you were just like, what the fuck was that supposed to mean?
yeah.
He's like, well, guess this is it. As like a gas tank explodes in his face.
You should understand when I go full bear mode, I
Sir, what's out there? It doesn't matter what's out there. You're a soldier and I pay you to kill it. You're right, sir. You do pay me to kill it. Oorah.
so I could see how that would be entertaining. Well, I might actually have to check out that movie just to see it happen now. Or I kind of want to watch more stuff from them. Honestly, I might do that after stream. um. Well, I've continued down. So it's been a lifelong journey of mine to get to the last Underworld movie because the main character has like a cool white coat. Um, and I want to see that movie just for that coat.
Have you
Um,
gotten there yet?
no,
Oh.
watch the second Underworld film. Um, I'm trying to think if this is better than the first. Um, so essentially, it picks up. If you didn't watch the first movie, you'll be lost during the second one. They keep referencing things that happened in the first movie, characters who are no longer there from the first movie. Um,
Which is interesting
and
because it's a prequel, right?
no, well, it takes place before.
Oh,
It shows before and after. So it's like it explains the
I'm
main
thinking of the
vampire
third
guy.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, that's Rise of the Lycans. That's the prequel one. So this one essentially is the brothers of the main. So dumb. So you jump back in the past and you see the first werewolf that was ever made, and the first vampire, uh, who apparently are this guy's two sons. This guy's sons are the first vampire and the first werewolf.
Yeah.
And the first werewolf can't control it, and he just endlessly kills people. He spreads his werewolf stuff. And the vampires are trying to like stop the spread of werewolves, trying to stop the furries from getting out. Um, but
Is
their
he a
brother,
vampire too? The dad? Or is he
I
just a
it
guy?
doesn't really explain. Kind,
It's
it,
yeah, I got
they didn't think that hard about it. Yeah. So Marcus, which is the vampire son, if he dies, all the other vampires die. So the other vampires won't let him like stay for combat or like whatever. And the main Marcus, the vampire son, is trying to save the werewolf son because they're brothers and you know, whatever, you like and it jumps to the past and like you said you'd capture him. It's like we're gonna, lock him away so no one will ever see him again. Um So this whole story is about Marcus being freed from his vampire jail, going to get his brother werewolf out of jail so they could be free. So that's essentially the entire movie. Is just Kate Beckinsale here racing to stop the Marcus's vampire from freeing his werewolf brother. Um, the action's a lot better than the first movie. Everything got better. It was kind of like the Resident Evil. It's almost like Blade 2. You remember Blade 2 being cool,
Yeah.
and you go back to it and you're like, this actually sucks compared to the first one. Um, this is kind of that because nothing happens. They go under like half like waist up to water. What was the appeal of back in the day of like, okay, let's have our action movie. They have to go into like a sewer and they can't see what's under the water. What did that, Meshi?
Trying to think because maybe it was just one of those things where it's like, oh, the unknown makes it cool. I was
Yeah.
trying to think
Is
of
this
what
like
would have done it first.
maybe it was like a alien movie or something? I don't
Yeah.
know. But I will say it was better than the first one. But it's kind of just a long chase of them trying to get to the werewolf den, before or the werewolf prison before the brother does. Um, it ultimately culminates in Kate Beckinsale, which is the vampire death dealer lady, fighting Marcus, the vampire brother.
Yeah.
And then the werewolf brother fighting the hybrid werewolf vampire guy from the first movie. Um, in a 2v2 situation. So the werewolf brother dies just by getting his top jaw ripped off. So that, it just kind of happened. It was like, oh, well, he died. Marcus, the vampire brother, a fucking helicopter crashes in and flips sideways. And Kate Beckinsale punches Marcus into the fucking helicopter blades. It's kind of awesome. That was kind of the highlight of the movie. There's not much else to say about it. It wasn't that long. Nothing really happened. The action was a little bit better. Um,
Did
yeah.
but not all the vampires died when the main vampire died.
That was the problem. Was like, what was that? What was all the hublub and flublub when they were like in this past scene with like, oh, Marcus, you can't go out there and fight the werewolves when we're our vampire Lord of the Rings armor. You'll die, or if you die, we all die. Well, he died, and they didn't die. So if you're out there and you know underworld lore, why didn't that work? you know, um,
It's very possible that Marcus was lying to him, but
or
he
they were
did
lying
go
to
along with
Marcus.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could have been doing that to control him, to stop him from doing that. I guess. Um, and maybe that I was kind of half paying attention to this movie. Honestly, it wasn't that great.
I mean, that's fair.
um, so they might have explained it. If they did, I didn't catch it, or did I care to? uh, it was there. It was really funny watching these vampires with this like medieval suit armor stuff with like crossbow guns that shot like lances with chains attached to them. It was very like, oh, we're gonna try to be cool, but like it doesn't hold up like as cool. It kind of just is like dumb now.
Oh, I
Kind of like
gotcha.
kind of like that vampire whip guy from the first one. You're like, oh, remember that scene where that guy's got the whips and he's whipping the water and he's about to fight that werewolf, and then he just gets his werewolf whip stuck in a rock. And he's like, "Mommy!"
Help!
and then he dies from this big display of vampire. He's doing katas with whips, and then it gets stuck, and then he dies.
Yeah.
Back in the day, that was super cool. Now it kind of sucks.
My
Speaking
whip
of old
katas.
movies, shout out to gun katas.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that probably don't hold up, which I'm interested to hear about, you watch Wild Wild West.
Yeah, Wild Wild West, wiki yo, wiki yay. I watched Wild Wild West because one of my friends was like, I want to watch Wild Wild West. And we were like, okay. So we watched Wild Wild West.
Oh Christ!
Other than okay, Will Smith is not that bad in this movie, but some of his lines are terrible. But I can't tell if it's because of the way he says it or it's because it was just written to be terrible, kind of like
He
that.
couldn't act yet, and the lines were
Yeah.
terrible.
So it's honestly not that bad of a movie. Like it holds up far better than I thought it did. And I think, and during this, because I watched this movie when it came out, basically, I haven't really seen it since then. I think it's like PG-13. I think it
Mhm.
is. So they like snuck in a bunch of like close to racist jokes as possible.
Mhm.
Because it's a bunch of Southern dudes after like the Civil War. So
Yeah.
you have like that guy who's just trying to
Yeah.
make all these like quips about about African American people. And then he like gets interrupted right at the end, or someone gets punched in the face right as they're about to finish their sentence or stuff like that. Um and so it's just kind of like, oh, that's actually really funny.
And he's only a
Um
torso, isn't he?
yeah, he's only a torso. He got his legs blown off or something like that
Yeah.
during a battle, and is like, Mr. West, you do not think that I still enjoy the company of women? You don't think that I could build myself a mechanical thrusting device that would pleasure the women for me just because I have no legs? And then it like cuts to a machine in the in the woods that has like a giant spring on it that's like bring. It's
Holy
just like
shit.
over the top and stupid, and
Well,
it's
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think we watched this like a few years ago or something, and no, uh, I remember watching this a while ago, and I have a fondness, like a memory of it, because it was like kind of a big deal back in the day, and it was like cool. It was like Western with like steampunky like mechanical stuff and whatnot. And I remember
yeah.
watching it, being like, "Oh God, this dialogue is awful," and Will Smith sucks. I remember looking up to see if he had been on Fresh Prince yet, and it's like, "Oh, he had. Why the fuck can't he act in this movie?" Um,
Yeah, I know. I
I'm glad you got enjoyment out of WWW.
I
Uh,
it's mostly because I knew it was going to be so stupid and so over the top that I kind of knew what I was going into, that I was like, okay, I can enjoy it for what it is. Like there's a scene where you can see it in the trailer where all those guys are dead on the floor. You
mhm,
probably remember it, where West is being sexually manipulated by that Asian woman
mhm,
into and then behind him in this giant portrait is a guy with a shotgun that's slowly bringing it up to his head,
yeah,
and then like he whips around and shoots him, and then
mhm,
he turns around and then just starts firing randomly everywhere in the room, and then it just cuts to him walking out of the room and like all these guys falling out of these portraits and like one falling from the ceiling.
Mhm.
And it's just like the idea of the of this guy on the regular having people sit in his portraits to be bodyguards for them and do nothing else but stand there all day is so over the top and dumb.
Ready to go.
Uh,
It
it-
almost falls apart a little bit when you think about it.
yeah, but it's just like one of those like really stupid bits that you're like, okay. uh
Any last thoughts on uh
just if you are going to suffer through it, just shut your brain off and just be like, you know what, this movie was made in the 90s, let's go.
I mean, it does sound like a precursor to. It's almost like Tarantino literally did say, what if I did this story but played it straight?"
And with a better actor.
Well, I mean, he tried to. Do you know he tried to get Will Smith for Django, right?
Did he?
Yeah, and he fought with Will
uh
Smith because Will Smith was like, no, this needs to be a love story and needs to go here and stuff. And Tarantino's like, shut up, you're not not a writer. No, you Will Smith, in this movie, you're acting as a slave. You need to be a slave. He was like, but what about the romance in it? No, that's not what this is about.
Will Smith just wanted some love from someone that wasn't his wife.
Because his wife was getting love from everybody else.
Yeah,
Will Smith's wife, aka Tupac's girlfriend.
his Willie wanted a piece.
Oh, bless. You know.
Uh,
But we watched a film together,
oh yeah, we did.
and we're happy to report that Anaconda, the reboot, or spiritual successor, or
Yeah, spiritual successor.
well, it's like a movie that takes place in our universe because Anaconda the movie actually happened, where
Yeah.
Ice Cube was an actor, and these guys are trying to film a sequel to Anaconda. Um, it's just kind of a wholesome story. It was just an enjoyable watch. Um, Paul Rudd, I think, really Paul Rudd and that guy kind of made this movie for me, for being honest.
Yeah, I mean, every scene they were in was just gold.
It just absolute cinema. Jack Black wasn't that bad. I enjoyed him. He came across as There's so many good. I can't believe this was a Christmas movie.
Uh,
I honestly don't know what to say about it other than it was just fun to watch.
yeah, it was just yeah, it was
How
just
was
an enjoyable movie.
how was this movie more scary than the actual Anaconda movies? Because there's genuine moments where the actual Anaconda, they'll grab a member of the cast, and you're like, holy fuck! Like they actually got me multiple times. They timed stuff really well.
Yeah.
Um, I guess they knew what they were like. It's one of those things where like you kind of know what they were getting into.
I think it's I mean, like, the original Anaconda is like a monster. It's kind of like a monster movie, but they still wanted to play it where it wasn't really a monster. It was more trying to just be a snake that was just
Yeah,
out
be
there. While
yeah,
this movie seemed more to be like, no, that we're playing it as it's a monster and it's like actively like just murdering people.
yeah.
My God, that was
The
that's
pig wakes up on his back too.
whose idea was it to put the rat in my mouth?
Well, it's a group effort, but snakes love rats. I knew it was you. um, yeah, I honestly, there's not much to say. You should sit down and just have fun watching this movie. It's funny if you like Paul Rudd, which if you don't, I kind of question you as a person. He's a national treasure. You'll enjoy watching this movie. It's just fun to watch. God, does it have heart? They really play those emotional parts. Paul Rudd's such a good actor. He wasn't in that first Halloween movie that he was in. I forgot what it wasn't H2O. It was like the one before that.
He grew into it.
Yeah, it was his first role. He tried to play a kid with like PTSD, grown up in a home. He played basically, essentially, like Shia LaBeouf in that Binocular movie.
I don't remember that movie.
What's it called? Everybody knows it. It was Shia LaBeouf was
With a
I,
holes?
no the he was across the street. Disturbia.
I don't think I've ever seen that or
What?
heard of it.
What? He plays this kid up in a. Hold the trailer.
On screen.
My computer on screen. I can't believe you never saw Disturbia. It's like a neighborhood kid gets on house arrest. Anyways, why did I bring that up? Oh, we were talking about
We're talking
Paul
about Paul
Rudd.
Rudd. Yeah.
Shouts to Paul Rudd. No, I should watch that old Halloween movie instead. All right. We're gonna get into the last movies that we watched. For some reason, Meshi brought up Resident Evil at one point, and I was like, sure, let's watch them all. And he's like, what about just the last one? I was like, no, let's watch them all. He's like, okay.
Oh god.
So I think we talked about Apocalypse last week. This week we watched Extinction. So this is the post-apocalyptic Mad Max. It's almost like he saw Mad Max and was like, I want to do a Resident Evil version of that. And that's kind of all he did.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make much sense that this virus spreading would like turn the world to desert and kill off all the land.
Yeah, because if that were true, then you couldn't really go outside because the T virus would be everywhere. It'd be in the sand.
I don't think they went into it that hard. They were just kind of like, don't worry, we'll just spread and stop people from doing stuff. So the world like fell to ruin because people couldn't be there. It's like, well, we're kind of fucking up nature, so it's kind of our fault. And the world would kind of go back to the way it was if we weren't being us. Not falling to ruin.
Anyway, so there's two set pieces in this movie.
No, Mesh, you're thinking of the next film.
Yeah, that's right.
What else? So essentially, this convoy is just trying to. Claire is leading a convoy, and they're just trying to gather supplies and keep everybody alive. Mila Jovovich's character Alice has been off the grid for like 5 years, and she thought, she thought it was okay to like come out and like explore, and be around people again, because she had a telekinetic fit in the middle of the night and blew up her bike, so she found people to hang out with again, her old friends. But a Umbrella satellite spotted her and got all of the Umbrella people to chase after Alice, which essentially got everybody in the convoy killed except for like 3 people. And Alice proceeds to fight a bunch of people with knives rather than like using a gun and like saving people from dying horrifically.
And using her powers.
You know, her telekinetic powers that she got from the T virus. Michael Epps' character gets bit within like the first 30 minutes and he hides it, of course. Ashanti, that's her name. She dies trying to get the kids to off the crash school bus onto somewhere else. Carlos blows himself up so, you know, the good people can get to the fucking Resident Evil Umbrella base. The T stands for telepathy. Who knew? You know, you only uncover the real lore here on the First to 50 podcast. This movie sucked.
Well, it wasn't
great. I just love the fact that, okay, so Umbrella Corps is trying to chase down Alice, Mila Jovovich's character. And they're like, okay, we've got her. She's going to Vegas. We've got storage container things we'll set up. with zombies inside with a new version of the T virus, and they'll kill everybody. All right, we'll put our plan into action. Let's set up a tiny tent right outside Vegas, not maybe 50 feet away from the action where it's happening, and we'll observe from our white tiny tents.
With no guards.
And then proceeds to everyone in the umbrella, including the main bad guy. Well, the main bad guy gets bitten, and everyone else dies because they're right close to the zombie action happening. Who could have saw that one coming? You know,
the antivirus.
proceeds to overdose on the antivirus and become essentially not the tyrant, not Mr. X. What I didn't like RE2 that much. Whatever the
Mr.
bad
Ted.
guy. Yeah, Mr. Ted. He essentially becomes like a cosplay version of the RE2. I don't know what his name is. It's William Birkin, but I guess I don't know if he actually gets a name. I think it's just, I don't know if he gets like a, I guess he's a part of the G virus. Whatever. I'm getting into Resident Evil lore. Well, this movie isn't that. It's one of these things where this movie brings up characters from Resident Evil, and it doesn't end up being actually the character. It's kind of just their name. This movie's really dumb. Like, Resident Evil is trying to replicate Alice's escape, like, during the first movie, by cloning her and, like, having her run, like, a gauntlet of death traps. That way they can get the updated virus, but they keep dying, so they just toss these constant copies of Alice into a landfill when they die and don't escape this death trap they set up. Make it make sense, Meshi.
I can't. They waste so much on her.
Yeah, because she's supposed to be the future. Because well, the problem is in Resident Evil, the entire thing is old man Spencer is trying to live forever. He doesn't want to die, so he's like, we need to make we need to evolve so I won't die and I can inject myself with something so I'll live forever because I'm old and I don't want to die and I'm rich. It's kind of like who's the asshole from Alien, Meshi?
Oh my God,
Weyland-Yutani.
Yeah, Weyland.
It's kind of just that story. Where it's like old man don't want to die, so he starts like funding research and whatnot. That's not here. I don't know what Umbrella's trying to do in this movie series.
It's trying to kidnap one woman.
They destroyed the entire world to get this one woman, and for what? Nothing
up until this point. Absolutely nothing. They've only lost.
It's there's just no driving motivation, and everyone dies, and essentially this movie just ends with, oh, Johnny Cage fell off the fucking.
Yeah, he did.
Anyways, Alice finds the whole copies of herself and decides to make an Alice army to hunt down every Umbrella Corp base around the world, because they're all underground, because they're living underground, and I don't know what their plan is other than, I guess, survive.
I gotta survive.
Yeah, this isn't great. You know what? After we watch all these movies, we're gonna do a tier list of them. It's gonna be really quick, but we're gonna do it, and we're gonna talk within the context of these movies. We'll go S to.
Okay, I was about to say. I mean, like, they're all gonna go on one row. It's gonna be the bottom.
It's just in cinema history they would all go there, but we have to compare them to each other, and then we'll parse them out and see which one is truly the best. Because I thought Extinction was bad, and then we watched Afterlife. This film is the fourth in the.
You're right. Man, there was like a 2-minute sequence that took forever because it was 10
it's
minutes
this
of
shower
slow motion.
scene. So Claire and Alice are fighting this big dude from RE4 that they slapped, here in the middle of this prison, who stealthily snuck into the shower with no one notice him dragging this giant hammer around. He silently entered in this room that everybody's waiting in, and he chopped this poor dude in half. And then Alice and Claire proceed to fight this giant monster in this shower. The problem with this fight scene is it's all in slow-mo, so what should have lasted like a little bit stretched on forever, because everybody's reaction and subsequent reaction just was shown in slow-mo. So someone would dodge an axe, and then they would look at the axe in slow-mo, and then they would blink in slow-mo, and then they would look up at the other person in slow-mo, and then proceed to do their action in slow-mo. Meshi, what was the budget for this movie?
Let's find out.
While you're looking that up, it's just funny that these things get like referenced from the games, and they pull a lot from. Oh, I'm sorry, this guy's from 5. He's not from 4. The chainsaw guy's from 4.
$60 million.
50 million? What about
60.
Extinction? Oh, 60 million.
Extinction was 45.
So this cost 15 million more dollars and held up worse and looked cheaper.
Yep. Yeah.
Which is kind of funny, because I assumed that the budget fell off, because most of this movie, it's like a bunch of like buildings that are painted to look dilapidated, but they're kind of just like, oh, you just smeared like brown paint in various shades to try to make this look old, and it just kind of looks painted on. Don't get started. The amount of torches that are lit in the fucking prison that you brought up, and now I can't unsee it.
That was a great ongoing joke.
Well, they're in this prison that has no electricity. So they've lit the place with torches that are comically large, and they have so many of them put up everywhere and constantly keeping them lit. And it's like, you've literally wrapped a towel around a 2x4 and shoved it into the wall every like 3 feet. It's so dumb. And they got the Prison Break guy to play Chris Redfield, and he doesn't really play Chris Redfield, and he doesn't do the Chris Redfield pose.
He's just dude with name in this
He's
movie.
Prison Break guy that they call Chris Redfield, but he's not actually Chris Redfield.
Yeah. Not once did I see him even attempt to punch a boulder.
No boulders were punched.
Ow, this pebble hurt my hand.
This is a product of its time, and it sucked. It sucked really bad. Might have been the worst so far.
We still got what, 2 more?
2 more, Meshi. We got
We have
some
the Leon
movie and the
coming
final
up
chapter. A Retribution.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
God.
What are you doing later tonight?
Oh boy, we gotta finish it, because now that I know who Leon is, it's gonna be even worse.
Meshi, don't worry, because he will be in the movie, and then he dies off screen before the next movie starts.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe I have seen all the movies and I forgot about them.
Maybe you did.
Because Leon gets brought up in the next one, and then he's just dead, and they don't see him again. But I have breaking news, Meshi. Hot off the presses. Yeah, you'll hear it only here on the First to 50 podcast and nowhere else. Don't look it up on YouTube, because you only need to see it here.
Enter the heat of battle. Go for it.
What the hell is happening? Why is this so well done?
They put a lot of effort in, Meshi.
What the fuck? Is this a fan thing, or is this like
Yes, this is a fan project.
Okay, I thought you were about to tell me this is what like the Capcom anniversary thing was this year.
No. This is looking better than I thought it was going to.
Not so fast.
Interesting that they make his thing like a beam. Like in the games, it seems to just be a ball. I don't even know who the
Are you
guy
talking
with
about Ryu?
Yeah, Ryu's Hadouken.
In Hyper Games, he gets a beam.
I see. You know who the guy with the swords is?
Skies of Arcadia's pro tag.
Oh.
Sega game, actually.
Oh my god, it's just spamming.
Like Morgan gets that super in Marvel vs. Capcom 1. They finally upgrade from the Morgan sprite. She looks really good.
Capcom, the next level.
That looks kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Shout outs to these guys. This looks pretty cool.
Immediately copyright stricken, but you know what? You know, fucking.
If
You know,
they
they
just put it out
did-
for free and don't try to sell it,
Yeah.
well, you know.
So that's an actual game though, right? This is not
Yeah,
like a
it's coming
video
out.
that they did. Okay.
Yeah, this is a fan game project.
You know what? Props to them. That looked really
And
good.
I guess it was featured on at Combo Breaker, and I guess they're finally releasing that they're going to have something playable later on this year. Oh, the chick Lynn from AVP, the beat 'em up.
Huh.
Interesting. They did this for Maximilian, dude. And guess what? It's gonna work because Max is gonna play it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That looked much better than I thought it was going to. What did this say? Available to play July. So later on this year. Huh. DreamCon. Well, we'll look forward to that. You know, we are a fighting game podcast after all.
Yeah.
No, I think that wraps us up, Meshi. Any words to the people?
Save me from this Resident Evil hell. I can't wait till we move on to Silent Hill.
Fuck you. You just want to put me through what like I'm having fun. And then I'm going to get to Silent Hill and be like, this fucking sucks.
The amount of joy, like I've been debating whether or not I'm like, do I watch this movie or do I watch it with Scum? Because if I watch it with Scum, it's just going to be everything that's wrong with every single moment that they have ruined about this character. And I'm like, you know what? This might be funny.
Well, we'll report back because I have to watch the new Silent Hill movie that apparently is awful.
Oh God, yes it is.
Yeah. So as soon as it comes out to be viewable on the interweb somewhere, we're gonna watch it and report back. I mean, we might have to see Jon Snow in the second Silent Hill movie. God, they fucked up. Never mind, we don't get that either. Yeah, that's a podcast. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.